This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.
Okay, we live in the crib, Vibin With Veto. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on the YouTube at Vibin With Veto. Also follow us on the Instagram at Vibin With Veto. You already know the slogan. We vibrating higher and we chasing purpose over popularity. Today I have somebody special in the building. I'm honored to have you in the building with me. Welcome to Atlanta.
I appreciate you having me.
Nah, for sure. Again, like you said before we started rolling, I hollered at you on the on the IG and shit, but it's kind of cool to see.
It was a minute ago too,
yeah.
bro. But yeah, when bro sent it to me, I'm like, oh, I know bro. We done talked a couple times.
Yeah, nah, that's dope as hell. That's dope as hell, bro. What brings you to Atlanta?
Bro, I'm typically here back and forth. I got a son here, so I come get him every 2 weeks. So I'm up here bi-weekly.
Okay, for sure, man. Well, again, thank you for coming to Vibe, man.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
I got $1 million question for you, bro.
What's up?
Everybody that sits on this couch, I have the honor to ask them. Now I have the honor to ask you. Mm-hmm. How big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail?
Bro, I'd probably be doing some... I can speak freely?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, bro, I'll probably be doing some SpaceX shit with Elon or something on Mars or something.
Yeah,
and, I heard they got a planet up there that's like made of diamonds, bro. I'll probably be up there scooping up diamonds or something.
A planet made of diamonds?
Yeah. It's supposed to be, it's ran off carbon monoxide. I saw it like 2 weeks ago, but they said it's predominantly made of rare gems and diamonds. I'll just probably be up there taking what I can, bringing it back to a planet Earth and flipping it.
Nah, he said and flipping it. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If I got an unlimited resource, I'm definitely coming back down here to flip.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure. Man, bro, it's kind of surreal having you here, but you know, thank you for coming, bro. You've built the empire teaching independence. Mm-hmm. What was the breaking point that made you say I'm done with the system?
Bro, I got suspended indefinitely. I was a 911 dispatcher at this point. I got suspended indefinitely in 2011. And I was suspended for like 4 months. They called me back in to work one day. I'm thinking I'm finna work. They called me back in just to fire my ass. And after that, bro, I was like, I'm never gonna let anybody dictate my value, my money, period, again. And it's been 13 years since then. Damn,
congratulations, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
How does it feel to be like, I guess I would say financially free and like free from the system and stuff like that too? Because, you know, you don't have nobody telling you what to do. It's been 13 years and you're successful as hell. So
being free from the system, bro, feels absolutely amazing. It's extremely liberating. Financially free though, I wouldn't necessarily say that, bro, because I still got bills. I still got like a lifestyle. Even though the lifestyle may be nicer and more extravagant than most, it's still a lifestyle and it come with a tab. So I haven't got to the place where I can unconsciously spend $1 million and not feel it or think about it. So when I get there, like unconsciously, meaning like, shit, what y'all spending today? $7 million. Oh, no big deal. Then to me, that would be free, but I still would have to think long and hard, like, damn, y'all spent $1 million a day in one place? Y'all tripping.
That's crazy.
I ain't there yet, bro.
Nah, for sure. I always ask my my guests, like, you know what I'm saying, once we start talking about like finances and stuff like that, what do you deem, what does success look like for you, and what is a lot of money? You know what I'm saying?
For me, bro, success looks like dictating your time 100% and being able to spend unconsciously. So like I was just saying, being able to spend whatever amount and not have to second guess it, budget it, or overthink it. And what was the second part of the question?
Like what is a lot of money to you?
Oh, a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
If you could put a number on it.
A lot of money, $500 million is a lot of money.
Facts.
$100 million, I've never touched 100. Most I ever touched was 11. Well, in one annual year, I touched 11. But I saw how fast that could go, whether good or bad, investment or bullshit.
Damn.
So 100, not a lot, but 500 to me, yeah, that's a lot.
Damn. So like to have even 11 million, like how does that weigh on your mind? Like, damn, I have this amount of money, a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you definitely had. I know for me, I definitely had survivor's remorse.
Yeah,
I definitely felt. Bro, it was times where I felt almost like guilty. not
When you say guilty, what you mean?
because that type of money like scare you. It'll make you be like, damn, is this like, are we doing this the right way, or is this good to go? Like, am I gonna wake up tomorrow and they're gonna be knocking on the door like, hey, we accidentally put that shit in your account?
Damn.
Thoughts like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, it was, I mean, for the most part, I was just focused on investing. So I ain't really have a lot of fun with it. I spend the bulk of it on the things I believe in: gold, guns, a lot of real estate.
Facts.
But yeah, bro, it was a pretty smooth transition. Like I had a decent upbringing, so it wasn't like, it was a lot of money, but it still wasn't like enough for me to get overly careless and wild out. And my pops be on my ass about my budgeting, my spending, and things of that nature. So
wow,
I was intact for the most part.
Nah, for sure. Nah, that's dope. That's dope, man. Let's shift gears, man. You wear your tattoos proudly.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You walked away from corporate life. What was that conversation with your family during that shift? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Brian, like, wasn't no conversation. I was just hanging up on them and shutting their ass down because they was all trying to call me and tell me to go back to work.
Damn.
How it was crazy. Yeah, bro. Early on, I didn't get much family support. Shout out to my auntie, my aunt Sheila.
Shout out Aunt Sheila.
Shout out Aunt Sheila. Aunt Sheila been riding since the moment I said, like, I'm finna do this shit on my own.
Damn.
But for the most part, bro, everybody was pretty much scared for me, or they was projecting their insecurities about controlling their destiny onto me. So early on, people was just like, you crazy as hell. That's not gonna work. You need a backup plan. Make sure you got at least a part-time job, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Man, take us back to the beginning of the journey, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, how did you kind of go down this life path, or what were you into before? You know what I'm saying? Before the corporate life, what were some things that were intriguing to you and that you wanted to kind of like follow?
Gotcha, bro. I've always been big on independence, not because I wanted to be the head honcho or carry everything. I just never been good with conforming or direction. I always like been rebellious and want to do things on my own. So if you have that mindset, you typically got to lean on independence because people ain't going to deal with your shit after they realize, like, you don't listen, you don't want to follow their direction.
Right.
But, bro, I've always been artistic. I've always been into fashion. Because the business I started out with was a retail business before I got the books, curriculums, board games, and things of that nature. But yeah, bro, that's pretty much where it started early on as a child. My mom is a school teacher, author as well. So she the one that actually, like, really taught me how to articulate, how to be expressive.
Thanks.
How to hold a note, how to write, everything. So
my
mama basically gave me what, like, has made me an abundance of money these days, but my pops also gave me what to do when you actually get the money.
Like the structure part.
Right.
Nah.
So neither one of them was like big on entrepreneurship. But they both had different ways that they poured into me that has, in the end result, helped a lot with my entrepreneurship.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. How do you keep yourself like level? Because I'm talking to you, bro, and I'm big on energy. So how do you keep yourself like calm in the world that's full of like distraction and just different things like that? You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to kind of fall to the wayside and get distracted with like worldly things and different things of that nature. How do you keep yourself leveled?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I don't. I just balance it. So, like, I partake in bullshit like everybody else. I just don't allow it to outweigh the work and the real shit.
Yeah, facts.
Most people don't know. They don't know how to balance. And I work on the earner scale. So certain things I don't partake in if I feel like I haven't worked hard enough to deserve them. Certain things I'm not gonna buy if I can't afford it 3 times. So that's what like keep me in check. Like most people gonna get their million and they gonna treat the hell out of themselves.
Yeah.
Like when I got mines, or the ones that I did get, I'm more so focused on like assets, and I'd rather own the crib and then do a HELOC on it, pull the equity out, and then maybe treat myself. But first and foremost, we're gonna make sure we got some assets and some ownership in there. So yeah, bro, I think duality is a must. I think you should be able to do real shit and bullshit. You just gotta know like when to pull back, focus up, and actually pay your dues.
Yeah,
like I said, I tell people all the time, like most people cannot enjoy a break because they worry about work and the work they didn't do. And most people can't thoroughly work because they're so heavily focused on getting a break. There's no balance. So they just live their life in torment for the bulk of their days, wishing they was somewhere else every time they were they supposed to be, and vice versa, because they just really don't handle their business and do what they actually supposed to do when they are in that position.
Damn. You said if you can't buy it 3 times.
Yeah, bro. Only thing I didn't do that with was the houses I bought, because I would have been waiting too long to try to triple up and go buy this and that, because the houses were massive in terms of my real estate portfolio. But everything else, if I couldn't get it 3 times, I just don't need it right now.
Bro, that's a disciplined mind, dog.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure, because it's like, nigga, you get it. I partake in some bullshit too.
Right.
I spend on what I like,
as
you know.
should, bro.
Yeah,
You
know
know
what I'm saying.
And this is a short life we live in, as we should.
Yeah, facts. But I haven't gotten that discipline just yet. Like 3 times. That's amazing, bro. Right. For sure. You homeschool your kids.
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro.
Appreciate it.
Like what's something your kids know at their age that adults at like 30 and 40s probably don't even know?
Guns.
Facts. I saw that too.
Yeah, taking them apart, properly cleaning them. Bro, we got gun range techniques. Like, so most people go to the gun range and they're gonna go for the headshot to test their accuracy. The way that we do it is your first shot should be a headshot, and then if you like are who you say you are, then push the rest of your rounds through that original headshot. So that's something like they've been trained on. Like, don't hit the head 6 times. Hit the same hole 7 times that you hit that one hole that you hit the first time.
And it's that accurate. They're on point.
Oh, no, it took a minute.
Okay, yeah, okay.
It took a minute. Like, they ain't pop out day one. Like,
yeah, I'm like, bro, it
took me a minute to get there.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
But I got a security company, Grace Private Security. So one of the guys that we hired years ago is an ex-Marine. And that's how he was trained in the Marines. So he gave us that game and that information. But, bro, down to banking, hustling, confidence. I ain't gonna lie, there's a gang of stuff that they be politicking on that I done met grown people and they be like, what the hell is y'all talking about?
Damn. Yeah. So and again, like that's another thing. Like that's a disciplined mind to have your kids all on the same frequency as you and like knowing
I ain't
what
gonna lie, it's hard though.
It is.
I ain't gonna lie, it's hard, and consistency is where they slip.
Right.
Like, shit, it's hard to get grown people there. It's
Facts.
real tough to keep a gang of children.
Facts.
To be like, oh yeah, you're supposed to do this every day and every night. So I ain't even gonna lie, bro, and act like I just cracked the code and they got it. They getting there though.
Yeah.
I say they getting
Yeah. Nah, that's dope. Do you ever struggle with like the weight of being a leader to so many while still figuring out life yourself?
No, bro, because I'm very honest with them and I just let them know I'm just as fucked up as they are. I'm just I'm basically on a higher level. But like, they ducking the repo, man. I'm ducking IRS. We both got some shit we struggling with and trying to figure out. I'm just on a different level, but I don't like paying the IRS just like they don't like paying the bills.
Facts.
And I'm just, like I said, I'm just as fucked up as everybody else, just in different categories.
Yeah. Is it like when you get that amount of money, is it really hard to kind of like basically be tooth and nail on what you're spending though? Like, you know what I'm saying, to pay the IRS and shit? No,
bro,
like
for me it wasn't.
Okay.
Bro, you know, that's one thing I've always thought about when these dudes be like, they accountant robbed them. I'm like, these niggas must can't do basic math because
right.
shit kind of simple. But,
right.
You know, to each his own. But bro, I've always wondered that when I see celebs and athletes and they be like, my accountant embezzled $30 million. I'm like, nigga, do y'all not count y'all money at all? Y'all just, what y'all do? Just get the direct deposit and start the new day.
And it just be there.
Never checks and balance. But no, bro, it wasn't that hard at all.
Damn, for sure. I have a slogan that I always say, purpose over popularity. Mm-hmm. When I say that slogan, how can you mirror that around your journey, your life, and who you are?
I definitely can, bro, because I feel like one of the main elements that made me get popular was just being true to myself and looking how I want to look, walking, talking, doing what I want to do. So I feel like me pushing a hard line for individuality is what made me even more popular. So I'm with you, bro, in terms of the purpose.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like
I gotta get you some merch too.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
bro.
for sure.
I feel like if the purpose is solidified, you're gonna get popular either way because people gonna gravitate to authenticity or whatever you pushing. They're gonna gravitate to it because you really are that.
Nah, for sure, for sure. This is a question that I want to ask you, man. If Derrick Grace wasn't Derrick Grace, what path do you think you would probably ended up on?
Bro, a PE coach. Their job seemed so pointless, but they had fun. It didn't seem like it, I ain't gonna lie. Maybe it do now. Maybe I'm underestimating it, but it didn't seem like they needed hella credentials to teach PE.
Yeah, facts.
And it just seemed like they bullshit all day and talk shit to kids and have fun. That was outside.
Right.
That lane has always seemed like this seemed like a pointless fun ass.
Bro, I never really thought about that shit, bro. Like they just be cooling, bro.
They ain't never taught nothing of it.
Right.
Go run.
Yeah.
Kick the ball. Throw the ball. And they got paid. So
and sometimes they don't even say nothing at all. They just let you do whatever.
They didn't even care about you dressing out. They just like, whatever, you here?
Yeah, that sounds like my teacher.
Get your ass out my face.
Damn, that's crazy. A lot of people say the system isn't broken. it's exactly where it's exactly how they want it to be. Do you believe that public school is a form of like modern day like indoctrination?
Yeah, right. No disrespect to the teachers, but yeah, the public school system is trash. It's just a repetitive cycle of robotniks. Yeah, bro, I don't like it. I don't like the curriculum. I don't like the way they divide children who got learning disabilities. I don't like the way they leave children behind. I don't like the food in the lunchroom. I don't like the lack of safety. And I don't like that K-12 averages between 350 and 400 sexual assault cases per year. It's just a real fucked up place.
Wow, these are like actual numbers.
Yeah, bro. I really study that stuff and teach people about it. Like
Say that again for the people.
That shit is a jungle. K-12 average anywhere between 350 and 500 sexual assault cases annually. That shit it's a whole jungle. And I ain't gonna lie, it seemed like I don't think it's a trend no more. I think female teachers are just content with like sleeping with 14-year-old boys, and that shit is becoming normalized.
What the fuck?
And the males do too, but like it's becoming real normal.
Damn.
The headlines I be seeing with teachers got 12 students over for a Christmas party, giving them alcohol and wilding out and all type of shit. So I feel like education wise and physically, it's just not a safe place.
Damn.
Like if they gonna go there, bro, they gotta like damn near be warriors these days.
Damn.
You gotta know how to fight, how to say no, how to beat up an adult, all type of shit, because it's just too weird and wicked in there.
That shit crazy. Like, it's a wicked world we live in, bro. Damn. Some critics claim you're promoting anti-government, anti-institution, and different things of that nature. What do you say to people who call you a radical?
Oh, yeah, shit. I be that. BET did an article on me like 8 years ago and called me a radical dad. Shit, bro. I mean, I could get why they would say that. I'm not anti-government, though. I'm a huge supporter of Donald Trump. I believe in bro a lot, and I agree with a lot of his theories and his ideology. So, no, I'm not anti-government at all.
So you said you are a supporter of Trump and stuff like that. What were some of the things that you kind of support that he's kind of campaigned and championed? The
biggest thing, bro, that I can appreciate about him, I feel like he embodies what America is. America is like a country that'll say, we want that natural resource that India have, and if India don't give it to them, they're coming to take it. And I just feel like he just embodied the American dream. Like, bro got felonies and still popping shit. And I tell everybody, like, the rules are only made for the poor and the lazy. And I think bro is like really walking proof and living proof that he's showing if you educated or you got the means, like America built on a loophole. You can damn near do whatever you want to do here. So I feel like if more people stop assessing his words and his actions from an emotional place and really watch what level he played the game at, they could really learn something from bro, because he's just showing you in real time like America really don't stand for shit if you got some money or if you smart enough to play the game.
Damn, smart enough to play the game.
Yeah, for sure. But I tell everybody, like, this country built on the fuck over. So you gonna either learn how to fuck the country over in your way, or you definitely gonna get fucked over. Somebody's getting fucked over. They're not just gonna let you grow up and because you're smart and strong and got a good heart, you're gonna live a prosperous life. That ain't how it works here. You're gonna have to be a shark or a wolf to some extent, or just watch everybody else eat.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You've made millions teaching people how to become self-sufficient. How do you respond to folks who say you're monetizing freedom?
Shit, somebody got to do it. I mean, shit, they like, they dressed up for 12 years and bought book bags and school supplies and didn't get shit. So I feel like, yeah, they should absolutely invest in it, because I'm like way harder than their teachers and their principals put together.
Damn.
Professors and all that. I smoke the college professor, everybody. I run circles around them in terms of information and actual tangible results.
Right.
I ain't seeing none of them. So yeah, they should pay for it.
Yeah, facts. Let's talk about some of the things that I see you brought something with you.
Yeah, that's the family Bible, bro.
Let's pull it out. So the family Bible. Let's talk about that. How did you come up with this? We can set it right here. How did you come up with this? Everybody that's looking,
bro, that's my latest project, bro. I worked on that for like roughly 2 years on and off. But it's essentially I liken it to the actual Bible in a sense, because I feel like we need a guide of relevancy for right now. I'm not religious at all, not taking nothing away from the Bible, but a lot of the theories, the ideologies, and the game and the wisdom that's given in there, it is great. but it's not necessarily in alignment with what we going through. Like, we dealing with AI, we dealing with hyperviolence, we dealing with a lot of wild shit in 2025. So I essentially wrote that guide for families and individuals to use as a blueprint and a marker in time to help them actually not only survive but thrive in these current times. So everything from real estate, gold, guns, self-love, mental health, living off grid, erasing your digital footprint. I can go on and on, but it's like 400 or 500 pages of the things I learned myself. I learned from my pops. I learned from shit from being broke to being rich, back and forth.
Thanks.
My children, everything. So
damn,
that's what it consists of, bro.
You said going off the grid, and then you said erasing your
digital footprint.
Can you expound on that?
Yeah, bro. So I don't know what movies they be watching and need to watch, but people really be thinking like I'm gonna just power my phone off and go commit a crime and all as well. But Big Brother's always watching. That's one thing. My pops retired Secret Service. That's one thing he always taught me, and like just giving me game on how the ping system works, satellites and everything. So erasing your digital footprint is essentially like you really parting ways with the ways in which they actually keep tabs on us, whether it be the debit cards, the SIM cards, credit cards, social media, emails, so forth and so on. So it's a lot of people that genuinely are interested in living off grid. So in that section of the Family Bible, I teach them like not only how to sustain themselves physically and mentally off grid, but do away with their digital footprint. So if they truly did want to disappear, nobody would be able to find them.
Damn.
Yeah.
So that's really a thing. You can really just erase everything. You're just not a person anymore.
Yeah, bro. It's definitely possible. But most people just be watching movies like, I would just throw my phone in the river and nobody's gonna find me. And then 2 days later, your ass in jail.
Damn, that's crazy,
bro. That's why like crimes don't get very far no more. Like, it's unfortunate, bro, but so many murders this year alone have been caught on camera. Like, we really are being surveyed and watched at all times. Like, technology is so vast. So
again, let's talk about that. Technology being advanced and fast and stuff like that. Like you said, people get locked up so easy nowadays.
Yeah, bro, they be in jail 24 hours later.
That shit crazy. So, okay, so what are some of the things, I don't know if you just want to keep this for the book, but you can talk on Vibin With Veto if you like.
Yeah.
Where are some things that people go wrong when they do crimes and stuff like that? And they, like, how are they getting caught so fast?
All right, so one example, bro, is it's this new trend. I especially see it with the YNs. They put on shiesty masks where they don't pull them down. So it's like common sense stuff. Like, he gonna put a whole shiesty mask on the top of his head, but he ain't gonna pull it down to cover his face. Or, bro, just committing crime in a public setting, period, is not a good idea. We got CCTV. It is cameras absolutely everywhere. People be thinking, too, because they power the phone off, it can't be traced. Like, it can't. Bro, I can really go on and on, because a lot of shit be common sense. Like, all right, I'm going to power the phone off, and I'm going to go shoot up over here. Then I'm going to come back home and cut the phone back on. Bro, the satellite is still going to be able to trace with the phone powered off. I'll tell you another one, like this thing my pop showed me. He has this USB. He could plug it into your phone for up to 9 seconds, and he can wipe out the phone. So, like, people be thinking when they delete stuff, it genuinely goes away. It doesn't. Basically, when you delete a file on the phone, it blows it up into a bunch of fragments. But they have technology they could plug into your phone that will pull all those fragments back together and put your messages back together, your pictures, and everything, bro. So, bro, first thing they need to do is put the damn phone away, period. If you know you got the shit going on and you making poor choices, just don't talk on the phone about anything at all. Don't text about it. Go get you a flip phone. Those are harder to trace these days because that technology is outdated.
Thanks.
But, yeah, bro, I can go on and on, but I would say step one, leave them damn phones elsewhere when y'all going on these suicide missions, because
crash out missions.
Crash out missions. That'd be the main shit, getting them caught. Or, yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Some days I really do be feeling like this generation isn't concerned with getting away. I think they're just that emotional and irrational. They just go with their move and they be like, fuck it, I'll do 50 years, but I'm gonna go do what I gotta do. Cause it don't even.
That's what it sound like, right?
Yeah, it don't even look
like
they put in effort or try to outsmart the police no more. They just do it, and then 2 days later they get walked out the house in cuffs, and we never hear from them again.
That's crazy. If people want to get this Bible, where can they find it, and like also the cost and stuff like that?
It's on my website, bro, at DerrickGrace2.com or 1300families.com. They can go to either website. And currently, bro, it's on. We actually got a sale going right now where they would get the Bible for it's 75% of they get it for $49.99, and then they get lifetime access to the community because I teach from the Bible and different things within the Bible on a weekly basis in my private community.
I buy this from you today while you here.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, nah, for sure, for sure. You've never shied away from the topic of black masculinity. How do you define being a man in today's soft kind of cancel culture era? I didn't mean to say that, but hey, I mean, it is what it is. Like,
yeah, bro. I just feel like men got to be apologetic. Men have to be strong and not just physical, but mental. And I feel like men have to run towards the fire. And that's what I feel like most men lack in our current era is they just docile and they run from the fire. And I tell everybody, like, the more trials and tribulations that you partake in during this existence, the more it makes you like the greatest proponent ever to provide wisdom and knowledge to your peoples. So like all these motherfuckers don't understand, like, everything they ducking and dodging, they family gonna inherit with no guide or rule book on how to overcome it. So for me as a man, bro, like I said, I run to the fire, and I would urge any man to do that. And I was just telling somebody previously, like, I feel like every man needs to have a very dark, ugly, depressive, and fucked up state, because that's what's really gonna bring character. But those who just skate through life or avoid all the adversity, when they do meet it, or the people they claim to love meet it, 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna know how to react. They're gonna fold, or they're gonna die, or they're gonna be traumatized for the rest of their life. So it's just like having a non-confrontational dad who don't show you how to defend yourself, how to articulate. You can't defend yourself with your mouth or your hands. You just gonna have to get bullied a couple times before you either like conform and you end up somebody's punching bag for the rest of your life, or you just gonna have to beat the bully up one day.
wow.
But those things can be avoided should the person that's ahead of you and your leader say, hey, I'm gonna take the time to show you how to either articulate and negotiate to get yourself out of trouble, or how to turn that shit up to the next level if you feel like that's the best thing to do with somebody fucking with you.
Nah, for sure. Wow, thank you for that too.
No problem.
You talk about unplugging from the Matrix. What does the Matrix look like in 2025?
Television. A lot of the propaganda on social media, being emotionally moved about things that we cannot control. That's another thing I teach in. Like, I got a graph where it shows people how to create a list of what they can influence, what they can control, and what they have no control or influence over whatsoever. And I feel like if a lot of people fill that actual graph out in that family Bible, they're gonna realize a lot of shit they be stressing, worrying, and caring about is pointless. They can't do nothing to change it anyway. It's just life cycle, and it's what life got to do. But that's one of the main ones, bro. There's so many people that's in. I mean, when Trump won, bro, that shit was very disappointing. I seen people saying, I ain't going to work tomorrow, and I'm like, bro, y'all tripping. This is a motherfucking president, man. You still got to get up and raise your family. You ain't gonna get no paper because he won. Like, who cares? Like,
Right.
go handle your business. You still got a family that's counting on you. Still got responsibilities to handle, bro. So that's one of the biggest ones I see in this current era is just people are overly concerned with things they have no power whatsoever, and that's pointless.
Damn. Why do you feel like that influence is like on a lot of people and stuff like that? Why do you feel like people take so much stuff in?
I think a lot of them struggle with purpose and internal validation. So they spend the bulk of their days either seeking validation from outside sources, or they really never have time to focus on their purpose because they're overly worried about everybody else's.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know how to be stressed out about who the president is and my household in shambles. Well, sweep around your own porch first and worry about your motherfucking house. The White House is intact. They good over there. But you stressing about who won a presidency, and yeah, your old lady about to leave tomorrow. So yeah, bro, I just feel like people, they have no identity and they seeking outside validation. So they just chasing whatever trending.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. In a society that's pushing digital everything, why are you still preaching real world survival, hands-on skills, and anti-AI and tech?
Yeah, bro, because in a world that's digital, everything that's it's gonna come, it is what it is, but that's just a scary world, because that just means at the flip of a switch, everything changes and people are gonna be asked out. So
Yeah, thanks.
I feel like they absolutely need the tangible hands-on training and understanding, because I mean,
I feel that too.
yeah, bro, let the lights go out in the stores where food ain't open. Now what? Now we got a real problem, man. Some of these people don't have the strength, the strategy, nor the guns to overthrow their neighbor and take their food. They just gonna be in their crib starving to death. So I feel like it's necessary to know how to still like put your boots on the ground and get active.
Yeah. Do you know how to hunt?
I went before, bro, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm not into killing animals.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even.
That's dope.
I didn't even shoot the animals. I
Wow.
went before though. As a Boy Scout too, they took us hunting, but I just never been interested in killing killing animals.
Do you eat meat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, I feel like, bro, they got feelings just like we do.
Yeah,
like, they
facts.
out grazing, eating grass and shit, and I just shoot one of them in the head, and now he ain't going back home with his mama. That just sound kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it is fucked up too. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't eat meat though.
Okay.
I never have though.
Oh,
so
really?
it's not like a thing that, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My parents just didn't raise me on red meat.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm with you when it comes down to like animals and shit.
Yeah.
How did it feel to turn the gun education, a controversial topic, into a legit business model?
That felt amazing, bro, because we had became very, very well known for that dynamic. So it was super easy to turn it into a lucrative business, and I went from the gun store to the security company to the teachings, the curriculums, and all that. So we took our love for guns and made it a full circle business on multiple levels.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. Congratulations,
and it's cool,
bro.
bro, when you can buy guns from yourself. Like, I done had times where I went in my gun store and I'm gonna spend like $1,000 buying guns from my gun store. Shit just feel.
So you have like a gun store and stuff. Like people can come.
Yeah,
other people can come and get
and
guns.
Tampa, Grace's Ultimate Gun Store.
That's lit.
And
bro.
the website too, gracesultimateguns.com.
So okay, but I still would have to know my gun laws to go down there and pick the gun up and come back here.
Yeah, so
correct?
Essentially, we would ship the gun to you to a respected FFL dealer here. Most states, if not all of them, they're not going to allow you to have an out-of-state ID and walk in the gun store and purchase one. So you could purchase it from us, but then we would have to ship it to a FFL dealer here. They're going to call you in, check your ID, and then they're going to hand you the gun from one that's like locally in your city and county.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, that's lit. So yeah, I'm gonna be fucking with you a lot on like a lot of shit.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? For sure. Because me and my girl, we was actually talking about getting armed and shit.
Right.
You got nearly 1 billion views. Congratulations, right?
Bro.
What's something people still get completely wrong about you, bro?
I think a lot of people think I'm like a savage when it comes to women, but it's typically the women that I'm with that be like way more savage than I. I'm actually usually like the nice one, the gentleman. It be the women, like I've had several women I've dealt with, when they see the freedom and like the abundance that I'm able to pick from, they typically take full advantage. So like most women just assume like, oh, it's the man, you know, men are just this, but I be chilling. It really be the women in my life who got the hoes basically, and not me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, for sure. What's they over there looking like all right, we'll talk about that after. What's the wildest opportunity or brand that tried to partner with you and you turned it down?
Oh, that's a good one, bro. The wildest brand.
Yeah, or like opportunity. Somebody came to you like, hey, bro, I got 10 million. I want you to do whatever. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I had a homie named Pro Major, and much love to Pro. He a good dude. But this when I first started, bro, I had to be on like year 1 or 2. He told me to stage a gay scandal, deny it, but then double back and show my support for the LGBTQ community. And that's like that, right?
Right.
And he was like, from there, I'll get a broader audience. And he was just telling me how gay people overly support and they'll buy everything I have. And I was just like, bro, that sounds like a lot. I'll just do it this way.
Yeah, in fact. Nah, that's weird.
Yeah, bro, he broke it down. He was like, bro, you don't got to do much. He was like, just go back and forth via DM. He was like, say some things that look questionable. They're going to out you. And then come back and just hold a conference or a conversation about it was innocent, blah, 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 but that you do support them. And then he was like, from there, you're going to get straight in gay money.
That's crazy. Why? And that's the thing. I'd be like, why do you have to stage all of this stuff to get certain support? It's like, bro, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
I asked the same thing. But he broke it down and it made sense because he was just telling me, like, I need to tap into that demographic, like, target them. But I was just like, I mean, shit, it's 13 years later, so clearly what I was thinking
is
worked.
doing right. Yeah,
But yeah, bro, he did break it down. It made sense, but I was just like, bro, that's a lie. I was like, wait, then I gotta come back, deny it. He like, yeah, come back, deny it, show proof, and then do a conference. But then bridge the gap between you and gay people by throwing an event and making it like aligning it with them. And he was like, from there, bro, you gonna make a lot of money because they support, like they diehard supporters. But I ended up not.
Yeah, nah. Glad you did it your way, bro. When it's all said and done, what do you want the Grace brand to stand for?
Power, dominance, unapologetic individuality, and just like aggressive intelligence and competitiveness. Because I like to be the best at what I do. I like to
Face.
Not in a derogatory way, but I just like to beat people. Whatever category I'm in a lane, I like to be the best in that lane. So
Nah, for sure. Do you think your legacy will be more about financial freedom or mental freedom? Like when it's all said and done?
honestly, bro, I think it'd be more about my parenting skills. My parents.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Yeah, my type of parenting and the things that me and my children normalize for black culture and other black families.
Yeah, facts.
Basically guns.
Yeah,
Guns and
facts.
babies.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
For sure, bro. Would you ever run for office or any politics or any political thing? Would you ever do that if you had the chance to?
I would, bro, just to like
Say you did it?
not say I did it, but just to like add some dysfunction to the system and the way that they flow.
Right.
But yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not the person they would need to get that type of power because I'd probably make bad choices. I'm just honest and like you couldn't make me the president. I'll be
Well, okay. So your first 5 days in office, bro. What you doing your first 5 days in office, bro?
First 5 days in office.
Yeah, because Trump, when he came in this time, he just started signing shit. He did what? How many executive orders in the first 3 days? It was crazy. It was a crazy amount.
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't even have no executive order on top of my head. I just know it'll be the best way to put it, bro. We'll be doing nigga shit. The first 5 days we just celebrate. We ain't conducting no business. We
Just in that motherfucker.
Yeah, we just hanging out.
You right.
We turned up.
Yeah, facts.
Probably the weed man, the shroom man, gonna be visiting every 5 minutes.
There you go.
We gonna be driving the hell out of them bulletproof cars, saying how fast they go.
Facts.
We gonna probably buy like 10,000 guns just to add to my collection.
Damn.
And yeah, bro, me and Secret Service shutting down strip clubs nationwide.
Let's go. Let's go.
Bro, there will be no work done in the first 5 days.
I mean, it's 5 days. You just celebrating, bro.
Yeah, we see, like, I don't know how they celebrate, but we gonna celebrate big.
Damn.
Our celebrations will be felt all around.
It's gonna be like parades and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let's go. Now
I'm putting my statue everywhere. My face gonna be. I'm making that an executive order. I need every textbook in the school system, every federal building got to have my face and statue plastered next to it.
Damn, that's crazy. Let's talk about that too. What do you like? How do you feel about them like erasing or whitewashing textbooks and just different things of history that's in school systems and different places?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like they're doing what they're supposed to sustain their narrative and their culture. I just feel like that's why we as parents and leaders just got to go hard individually and in the crib to make sure that we restore that feeling and make sure that history is given to our babies. Because if we leave it up to the school system,
it's over with.
Yeah. I give it a couple more years and it won't exist at all.
Damn. Like a couple of more years for the school system?
No, I feel like a couple more years school system wise, like they're gonna weed it out. Like I could see the babies in the next 20 years not knowing who Malcolm X is, not knowing who Martin is.
That's crazy, bro.
Or even crazier, like Martin gonna have white skin or some crazy shit like that. I could see it happening, bro. They already be doing it musically.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like we got artists within our culture who make classical music hits, and then they throw a fucking TikTok remix on it, and now these new kids. Like, I remember, I never forget, bro, I was talking to my daughter. She was singing Rockwell. I always feel like somebody's watching me. And I'm like, what you know about Rockwell? She's like, Daddy, this ain't Rockwell. This so-and-so off TikTok. And I'm like, no, that's Rockwell's song. Like, shit came out in the 80s. Y'all tripping. But, bro, they already doing it. So I could definitely see Prince music being albums being remade by a white man in 30 years, and culturally, like, us not having no history. They're just wiping our shit completely out if we don't personally do something about it.
Damn. So what do you think we need to do in terms of like to keep our history going?
I mean, bro, to me, it really go back to homeschooling. It go back to making homeschool the priority and making grade school secondary. Because I ain't gonna lie, bro, I feel like it's dope things in grade school that's gonna be learned, especially interactions, the social aspect, knowing how to code switch, all that. I think that's important. But I feel like if the education at home was primary and school was secondary, then we'll be in a lot better place. Most people just solely rely on the school system, and that's it.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. Damn. What are some books that you read that kind of got you, on your path and stuff like that? Your top 5 books.
24 Reasons Why African Americans Suffer by Joe Dumas. Contagious by Jonah Berger. Monster, the autobiography of an LA gang member by Monster Cody Scott from LA.
You got 2 more.
How Money Works. That's by DK. I can't remember what the acronym stand for, but I know it's DK. Man, bro, I cannot remember the 5th one. It's a yellow book. I can never remember the name, but yeah, the 12 Laws of Success.
Damn.
Those would be my top 5. I'll be real, them the only books I read almost front to back. I ain't a big reader. I skim read and I put the book back on the shelf.
Yeah, facts. Do you feel like audiobooks are a good way to go through, or you should really?
I ain't gonna lie, I've never listened to one.
Really?
I ain't never used the audiobook. I fall asleep.
Yeah, the 4 Agreements, I was driving, I listened to that. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably a good time, yeah. I never tried it that way. I didn't try to...
If you're on the road.
Yeah, I've tried before just sitting there. I've been on doze off.
Yeah, I always doze off. Yeah. nah, but yeah, try it, when you're on the road and shit like that. Bro, thank you for coming to vibe with me, bro.
No,
real
bro, I appreciate
shit.
you having me.
Nah, real shit, this is big, bro, because I remember I was hollering at you, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, this is dope as hell.
Appreciate
Tell the people where they can find you, bro.
Yeah. Everything can be found under my government name, y'all. Either Derrick Grace II or Derrick Grace II. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, IG, and the website, DerrickGrace2.com. DerrickGraceTWO.com. But absolutely everything can be found there.
Yep. Make sure y'all go and get everything that he's selling. I'm about to purchase this too. Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to purchase this too. You already know it's another episode, Vibin with Veto. You already know the slogan. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. We vibrating higher, chasing purpose over popularity. Let's go.